If there's no sin in heaven, how can we have free will? The answer that seems to resonate with me has to do with our changed nature in heaven. Christianity teaches that when we see Christ, we become like Christ. Our character is perfected, and we will act according to that character. We will have the ability to always do what is right, an ability or freedom we don't currently have. So we'll be made into beings that will never want to sin again, not because we're smarter about sin, but because we will hate sin and love good. An illustration might help. Imagine you had the opportunity to set a puppy on fire. Would you do it? Well, you could do it, logically speaking, but you won't do it. I think something similar goes on in heaven. We'll see sin the way God sees sin and choose accordingly. Add a morally perfected nature to the fact that there's nothing outside of us tempting us, and I think it's reasonable to say that we can have free will and yet no sin. If there
Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Maha, Bakakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one only true name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, meaning coming in the name, Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Sham means name, Rakah means holy, Kodash means spirit. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity, and shalom to you sincere sisters that's listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah, and pretty much in this lesson, it's going to be titled as, There is No Free Will. Now, you have these Christians, they'll do these motivational speeches where they'll say things like, hey, we do have free will, and they'll make it simple, like what he said. Oh, if a dog is right there, are you going to set it on fire? No, you're not going to do that. Well, you don't have control over what you do. The Lord is the one that does it. The Lord is the one that puts the spirit on you to do those things. So whatever thing that you do, the Lord is going to put it on you to do. The scriptures say men's goings are of the Lord. So you don't have your own free will. The Lord is the one that sets it up. The Lord already has everything set up. Your lot, all of that. So you don't know what your lot is. You don't know if you're going to be the elect or the 2/3. You don't know. You just playing out a lot that has been established. And that's what this is going to be about, proving that you don't have your own free will. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. This is Proverbs 16, and we'll start at verse 1. It says, the preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. You see that? The answer from the tongue is from the Lord. So the Lord is the one that's controlling that. The Lord is the one that has control over you. You don't have your own free will. You don't make the decisions what you want to make on the earth. The Lord has your lot already written out for you. You're just playing it out. I myself am included in that. None of us know what our lot is. I don't know what my lot is. I'm just playing out the lot that I have, right? Proverbs 20 and 24, men's goings are of the Lord. You see that? Men's goings are of the Lord. So how can you say you have free will when you don't have free will? Because men's goings are of the Lord. It says, how can a man then understand his own way? No man can understand his own way. Each day you just living your life out, right? You're playing your lot that the Lord has written out for you. He established for you. You're just playing your lot out. You don't know what your lot is. You're just playing it out each and every day. Proverbs 21 and 1. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. The heart is meaning the mind, right? Let's prove that. Because you might have people that's new that might be watching this. So when you go into the meaning of that word heart there, right? The heart. It goes into the Hebrew word lab, which is H3820, right?
Strong's H3820. Lave.
It says lave. Well, this is Yiddish. So when you go to the Paleo Hebrew, it's actually lab. L-A-B, which is lab. Lab, right? And it says inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding. Inner part, midst, heart, soul, heart, mind, knowledge and thinking, reflection, memory, insonation, right? Resolution, determination of will. See that? So the main thing is mind. Inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding. See? So it's the mind, right? The mind. It says the king's heart, meaning the king's mind, is in the hand of the Lord. So you can't control what you do. You don't have your own free will. You don't make your own decisions. The Lord is the one that sets it up for you to do those things. It says, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. So the Lord is the one that predestinate what you will be, or what your lot is. If you're going to still do, if you're going to do this or you're going to do that, it's not of you. It's the Lord. The Lord already downloaded that into your spirit to do those things, and to your spirit to do that. So you don't have control over yourself. You don't have control over your life. The Lord is the one that sets it up. The Lord is the one that sets that up. So you don't have your own free will. You don't. This is Jeremiah 10:23. Jeremiah 10:23. It says, O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. See that? It is not in man that walketh to direct his paths. See, so you don't have control over your lot. You don't have control over yourself. You don't have your own free will. It's the Lord. The Lord is the one that's directing your path. The Lord is the one that's directing your steps. You could either be of the elect or you could be of the 2/3. You don't know. I don't know. We just playing our lots out. We're fulfilling our lots, what the Lord has written out for us. Jeremiah 10:23, it says, O Lord, I know that way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. You see that? So the Lord is the one that directs his steps. It's not that man that doeth his own. It says it is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So you don't have your own free will. Whatever decision you make, the Lord already set that up for you to do before you even thought about doing it. So you don't have your own free will, and you don't have no control over what you do. The Lord does. The Lord is the one that does. Okay? The Lord is the one that does. That's what makes it scary, because you're playing out a lot that you don't even know that you're playing, that the Lord already has set up. You know, you just fulfilling it. Sirach 18:3, it says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. The Lord, the Heavenly Father, the God of Israel in the Bible, Yahweh. It says, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. You see that? So the Lord is the one that does everything. The Lord is the one that's controlling. The Lord is the one that puts the spirit on individuals to do what they do. The Lord can put an evil spirit on you. He can do all of that. He can take you out of there. The Lord is the one that's controlling every single thing. He's controlling the good and he's controlling the evil. The Lord is the one that's doing those things. The Lord is the one that's in control. Let's read that again. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. Talking about Yahweh, the Heavenly Father. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. You see that? The Lord is the one that's doing that. The Lord is the one that's in control. You don't have no control over what you do, and you don't have your own free will. Okay? The Lord is the one that's controlling and doing everything. You're just playing out what he written in line for you to do. You just playing out what he written in line for you to do, man. This is Sirach 33:13. Sirach 33:13. It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him. You see that? The Lord, right? It says to render to them as liketh him best. So the Lord is the one that we're all men in clay. We're all made of clay, right? The Lord is the one that created us to be who we are to be today, or who we are to be today on the earth. Whatever we're doing on the earth, the Lord is the one that formed us, right? He made let us be in his image, right? Going back to Yahushua and the angels, right? The angels and Yahushua created the earth, but the Heavenly Father used Yahushua and the angels to establish the creation on the earth. And the Lord formed us in the way of Yahushua. Okay? So the Lord created us to be the way he wanted us to be. So you don't have no authority of what you do. You don't have no control of what you do. You don't have your own free will. You're doing what the Lord set up for you to do since the beginning. None of us know what it is. That's what makes it scary, because you don't know what your lot is. You don't know. I don't even know. Sirach 39:18. This is Sirach 39:18. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. You see, it says, and none can hinder when he will save. And you see that? It says, at his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him. It's of the Lord. It says, in him and none can hinder when he will save. And you see that? It's of the Lord's will. Everything is of the Lord's will. The Lord is in charge. He's the director of the whole entire show. Everything. You don't have control over your life. Okay? Your lot and your life. You don't have control over that. The Lord is the one that's in control. This is Revelation 17 and 17. Let's wrap it up with this. Revelation 17 and 17. And it says, for the Most High have put in their hearts, their minds, to fulfill his will. So how can you say he used a dog as example? If you see a dog there, are you going to light up on fire? Are you going to light the dog on fire? No, you're not going to do that. You don't have control over that. The Lord can put an evil spirit on you, and you can go and do that. The Lord can put a spirit on you to do whatever you do. The Lord can set it up for you to do that. You don't have control over that. You don't. You don't have no control over nothing. And this is why we say these wacky-tacky Christians, they don't understand the Bible. They don't understand the Lord. They don't understand the Bible. I'm reading out of the Bible. Revelation 17:17. For the Most High have put in their hearts, their minds, to fulfill his will. So you doing what the Lord set up for you to do. You're not doing your own will. You don't have your own free will. You're doing what the Lord set up for you to do. You playing your lot out. You don't know what your lot out, but you're playing it out. Right? It says, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So you're set up to do the Lord's will. You're not doing your own will. You're doing the will that the Lord set up for you to do. So you don't have no own free will. So everything this man was saying in his video,
If there's no sin in
is all folly and madness. You know, I would want to say more than that, but it's madness. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh Bashim Ashai Bashem Kodash. Shalom to you, sincere brothers, and shalom to you, sincere sisters. On to the next one. Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying.